Hello, friends. I was reading the new post by Edward Art Supply today called Coming to Know the Only True God. And I have read it a couple times, multiple times within the body of what was written. This is on Reddit, Edward Art Supply's Reddit post. And I just sat down and I wrote out a little stream of consciousness writing that just came to me. So I'm going to read it to you. With the heart of a child, lead with your holy imagination. Leave the heavy, worrisome burdens behind you. Those unwanted things are not the truth of you. Meet in secret where the I Am dwells, within the divine human imagination, and give yourself everything beautiful and lovely. You are golden, radiant, and eternal. Share with me now in this present beingness and play. Your heart is forever entwined with mine in the one and only true reality. We are love. You know, I think that it's, for me, come to this pivotal point where what I'm most interested in is the divine truth of I Am and my part in the sharing of that, not the separateness, but the beingness of oneness with that truth of me. And when I think about it, I can see where I've chosen to make things harder than they need to be. And those narratives don't fit within the framework of what I am choosing now. So even though it can be tempting to fall back into old patterns or habits or interactions that don't feel good, I think it's far more compelling to move forward into this new, generous spaciousness of the present moment and to share in that with the presence of I Am. And if that means turning away at every potential not I Am, temptation or like a little hook. Yeah, I don't have to take the hook. I don't have to bite it. I'm not a fish. I can swim past anything, and then I can experience what I want in my imagination, in the unseen world, trusting that what I'm being met with is the I Am, the very beingness of me, and that I believe will yield everything good. I know it from my own personal experience that good things come when my focus is attuned in with the truth of me. And something that was in the Reddit post by Edward Art today, where Neville Goddard was speaking of how we've drank from the cup of forgetfulness to come here to this world and dream of death and separation, basically. I'm drinking from the cup of remembrance. There's no lure or real draw to the cup of forgetfulness. I think that was really my takeaway from this last week, is that there's nothing for me in that, with that whole thing. Everything that comes with it. What draws me, what draws out my joy, is the remembrance of who I am. And the feeling of love that is within me is unquantifiable. There's no end, there's no bottom. It's just this eternal thing. And I know that I'm a part of that it's who and what I am. So, and that feels really good to remember that, to know it, to feel it, to accept it. And so, I'm inviting you to drink with me from the cup of remembrance, if you should like to. But that is really my main interest. Yeah. And I just thought I would share that. I can get all emotional, evidently, but I have my son's photo hanging up on the wall right here where I can see it. And he has shown me that death is an illusion, that it's not real. And even though it feels weird to go through the experience of death in this world, this concept, everything that he did to show me that he's still very real and very alive from the unseen world. It makes it hard to keep drinking from the cup of forgetfulness. Just this morning, I woke up from a dream where there was a male bluebird, and he, for some reason, he couldn't get his female to leave their nest, and he was enlisting the help of a woodpecker to I don't know, to help him get his female from the nest. And it was the red-topped woodpecker. And so the woodpecker went over to the female's nest, and he tweeted or whatever, and she popped her head out, and she was sitting on blue eggs. And after several tweets amongst the birds, she felt willing to leave the nest and to fly over to the male bluebird. And the woodpecker came down and sat in the nest on the eggs. And, I'm not really sure what that dream means, other than I love bluebirds. And it feels like everything's going to be more than okay. And that sometimes you can get help and have friends where you least expect. And the bluebird eggs in the nest feels like a treasure, something to be really happy about. So, yeah, that's my intent. I have strengthened my resolve on where and what my focus is going forward. And it's not on any of the stories of discontent or anything that is unwanted. My focus is on the wanted and the truth of I am and my part in that, because I'm a part of that, and that is the bigger part of me. And nothing can get in the way of that if we are being really dedicated to our focus of that truth. So for me, anytime a unwanted thing comes up, I'm turning to the truth of I am to help me find my remembrance. And I am knocking off the cup of forgetfulness off the table like I'm a cat. I'm doing that because I just don't care anymore to have that cup even on the table. It's just not for me. I don't need it. And so I'm going to be awake. Well, I am awake, and I am aware, and I am, right? And you are too. Until we talk again.